Hi guys, welcome to the Chase and Hyperspace podcast. I'm Chase. Um, so if you watched the last video, I talked about how I wanted to do a 100-mile ultra marathon, and I was talking about how I was going to do it on the 20th. Or I was going to start it on the 20th, and today is the 22nd. I ran 32 miles. Oh shit. Just ignore that fucking shit, okay? So I ran 32 miles, and okay, let me just give the full story if I can. I'm kind of in a pinch, but I feel like I have to make this video. So, um I it was midnight, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to run 100 miles before I turn 22. My birthday was I was awake basically all day. I was sleeping some. I was trying to just relax and, because I'm about to. I was honestly just trying to try to nap, try to sleep and shit. I just didn't really do much until midnight came, and I got my shit together, and I just started running. And when I say run, actually, I basically started by walking. Actually, I was just I was moving. I was like fast walking, because I know I can fast walk at about a 15-minute mile pace, which is about the pace that I need to be going to complete 100 miles in 24 hours in a marathon. So it's like I was kind of fast walking just to kind of get warmed up, and then I just started. I would do a little bit of running. It wasn't fast running. I was just trying to not really worry about it and just try to, almost like preserve myself for this, because it's going to be a lot. So I was just focusing on paying attention to my feet, and not worrying too much about the speed. I was just worried. I was just focused on doing it, and just keep on moving. That's what I was focused on. I wasn't focused on the time, or the miles, really. Um, so I I'm running pretty slowly. I don't know. I'm just going for about 20 miles, and I'm checking my pace, and I'm actually moving at about a little bit faster than 3 minute or 3 miles an hour, and I should be going about a little bit faster than 4 miles an hour. So I was going about 75% the speed at which I should be going to, you know to kind of to make the pace, I guess. Like I can't be that pace the entire time. So I'm like, it's okay. I'm still warming up. It's Don't worry about it. Um, just keep moving, kind of thing. And so um, I the entire day leading up to it, because I started it at midnight. The entire day I was just kind of like doing not much. I was just smoking weed, and I ate some food. Um, I I actually ate like a bunch of donuts. I don't know why. I was just kind of like, this is, I'm gonna do this because it's gonna put me into ketosis. Like I'm just gonna get into ketosis. I'm gonna burn it off. So, my ideal is to stop eating once I start running, and that's what I did. I stopped eating once I started running. But all right, I actually stopped eating kind of several hours before I started running. But I just kind of ate what I wanted that day. And I got donuts from Tim Hortons, and I ate a bunch of them. They tasted pretty good. But yeah, So I'm at about mile 20 and I'm moving at a 3 minute or 3 mile per hour pace. And I just kind of get to a point where I'm feeling kind of beat up in my feet. And I, I just start walking and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, uh, I just kind of was like, questioning. I was basically like, fuck this shit, man. Um, just kind of feeling down, I guess, about it. I'm like, this sucks. Um, I don't know. I was just kind of getting that poopy pants mentality, I'm like, um, I'm like, why? I'm trying to find the why. Like, why am I doing this? I'm like, is it for other people? Is it for, just trying to think of like, why the fuck would I do this shit? Like, why am I doing this shit? And so I'm walking, and then it's about uh, like 5 in the morning or something. It's still dark, but as I'm walking, um, I see a group of runners. They're like there's like 15 to 20 people or something just out having a running thing. And so it's like, um, I'm, I, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Um, I yell out to them, I'm like, hey, can I join you guys? And they're like, sure. I got like my reflective vest on, they got all their reflective shit on, they're all just runners, and it's like, you know what, maybe this is why. Like, um, maybe maybe this is my purpose, is for these people, or something did. This is like, it kind of felt like a little kind of miracle kind of thing, like a coincidence or something, that a group of runners that I've never ran into this kind of shit before. I knew that there's runners that would do this shit, but I never would. I don't ever recall seeing like a group of runners like that. And so I start running with them, and I'm keeping up, and I'm talking a bit with them. I'm telling them how I'm already at 23 miles or something, and they're saying they're just gonna do a 2 mile warm up, and then they're just gonna split off with their group, or the group is gonna split up into different things for their own training programs. There's some people that are gonna do a 6 mile run after. There's gonna be some people that do you know their own thing and that kind of stuff. So I'm running, and we get to maybe a half a mile in, and we start kind of like running up this hill or something, and I'm like, this is my moment to shine. I feel like I had a previous experience where I was running up a hill with a buddy who's a runner, and I felt like I could run up hills decently, or like I would just kind of like I don't know. I felt like I'm like, I'm like, I might just go to the front of the pack in this moment or something like that. But what happens is I'm just kind of a little bit ahead of the two people in back, because I was talking with them a little bit, and what happens is I'm like kind of getting winded from this hill, like I'm breathing kind of heavily, and I don't, no one else is like, from what I can tell, no one else is, like kind of having this struggle, but I'm like, whatever, I'm just like, breathe, motherfucker. And so, I'm like trying hard, and I just get gassed, which means is like, I just feel like I'm getting tired or something, like and what happens is the two people in the back, they just kind of like passed me. They gained some distance, and I'm trying to keep up with them, and then um, I just end up like losing them. Like I just don't know which direction they went because they got so far ahead that they kind of I there's like a point where it's like there's multiple different paths that they could have went down, and I'm like I didn't know where they went, and I'm like okay, I'm just gonna hopefully they went down this path, so I'm like kind of running still. I'm still going, and I'm just not seeing them, so I'm just like, alright, I don't think I'm gonna find these people, so I think they just kind of left me behind. Not that they had to fucking slow down for me, but I got lost so from them, so that group of runners, so I just I just start walking, and I head towards kind of like a university kind of building or something like that. There's some chairs there. And I just go to sit down, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna walk to the bus station, and I'm just gonna wait for the bus there, and I'm just gonna go home and um, kind of figure out, what to do, I guess. And so what happens is while I'm sitting there, I have two tabs of acid LSD on me, and I'm just like, whatever. This is not gonna do much. I might have a little bit of fun, or I might see some visuals, or I might get some clarity into um, my situation, learning from this, and just kind of moving forward. And I thought it was just gonna uh, be a little cathartic, just I don't know. I, I, I didn't know what was going to happen. So I took the two tabs. Um, I would guess that the tabs were probably probably 400 UG or something like that. Um, I didn't really know. I don't know. I just was like, I was just thinking this is just gonna stimulate me, and I'm still gonna be heading home. Um, so I'm walking to the bus station. After I take the tabs or whatever. It takes me about. I'm walking for about. I sit there after I take those tabs. I sit there for about 5-10 minutes. I start getting cold, and I'm like, okay, I'm put my sweater back on, and I start walking, and I start headed to the bus station. It's like a 30-minute walk. It's like 2 miles. I don't know. It's a few miles away, and I'm just walking there, and I pass by a runner, and I say something to him. I tell him. I forget what I said to him. Oh, I'm like, we got a runner, like how police will say like we got a runner, you know, and I just say that. He doesn't say anything. He just keeps going, and I'm just still walking, and then I see a few more runners, and they're just one of them. He knew me, or yeah, they pass. One of them is like, "What up, dude?" And then they pass, and then there's like that one guy that was at the back of the pack with me or whatever. He got to know my name. I told him my name is Chase, and he's like, that's a good name or something. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of silly, but when I bumped into him this last time, he's like, so how many miles you at right now? And um, I don't know. I think I was at like 25 or something. I don't know, just from all the walking and stuff. And I told him that, and he was just like, "Good job, dude." Um, it kind of felt like it kind of felt like a little bit of ego inflation, like patting me on the back or something, like nice job, man. But in my mind, I'm just like, well, I'm basically giving up right now, so um, I'm just like, thanks. Um, and so I'm walking back. I start feeling the acid a little bit. It's coming on, and so I'm walking towards like the more city area, and I see like a homeless person, and I just am getting the vibes from this kind of that area of town, and it just kind of felt like it kind of felt like gloomy in a way, and and something in me is just like, you know what, fuck this. Um, I'm just gonna run home. So, like, cause I'm walking into the city and the vibes are just getting negative feeling. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna run. Fuck it, I'm gonna run home, and I'm gonna. I thought about, you know, that would just be a better thing. Like I'd enjoy that more, running home, and that was probably a 4 to 5 mile run home from that point. Um, so I So yeah, I start running home, um, just kind of at like a, you know, a decent trot, um, and the acid is coming on, and the acid just comes on really strong. Um, I felt like there's no real places that were open because it was like 5 or 6 in the morning. It was like 6 in the morning or something. I don't know, like still very early morning, and okay, on my walk back, or when I was walking to the bus station, I actually I met a few of the runners there, and they're running up the kind of like a um, they're doing elevation, or like there's a kind of steepish road that they're running up and then walking down and then running up and walking down, but you know, they're walking down, and um, as I'm walking towards the bus station, I was like, I overhear them talking about Courtney Dauwalter, and Courtney Dauwalter is an ultramarathon runner, and I was actually just hearing about, I was looking at Courtney Dauwalter's Instagram feed right before I started my ultramarathon, or tried to start the ultramarathon, and yeah, Courtney Dauwalter was doing this challenge where it was like 4 miles every 4 hours, or no. She was doing 4 miles every hour until you couldn't do it anymore. So, but it was a competition. So what the competition was like, there's a bunch of people, or there's, you know, there's people that they're competing, they're ultra marathon runners, and they're just trying to do this thing, and it's like whoever can go the longest, whoever can do 4 miles more than the person in second place wins. When the person in second place quits or whatever, and the person in first place runs another 4 miles, then they win. Um, and actually, Courtney actually ended up winning that, I believe. And she ran like, I think it was like around 280 miles in total for that. So Courtney Dauwalter is a fucking beast. Okay, like fucking crazy. Okay, I don't know. Like um, that's like her purpose, you know. And so, well, you know, I overheard them talking about Courtney Dauwalter. I'm like, fuck yeah, Courtney Dauwalter. And they're like, yay, another Courtney Dauwalter fan. And yeah, so I was walking back to the bus station. So, and I was starting to feel the acid. But, you know, once I decided to turn around from the bus station, um, not go to the bus station, but to run home 4 miles or so, um, that's when the acid was kind of really coming up, and I was just kind of going along, and the visuals just kind of pick up, and I don't really remember the transition too much into the actual trip itself, because I feel like the come up was very like fast or something, but it was like I'll just I'm gonna have to make another podcast to wrap up this, or to kind of continue this story. I'm not gonna have enough time. I should probably get going soon, but I just end up having some of the most fucking insane like visuals, like so strong visuals that I haven't had full blown like visuals like that in what feels like a year and a half to 2 years. I feel like I didn't have visuals like that, and this very well could have been actually the most, if this was probably tied with, this might have been my strongest LSD trip so far in my entire life. And that surprised me because I thought that I was losing the magic from tripping so much, or tripping so frequently. And I think what it was I am not kidding when I say this, but that trip, or like, it felt like a fucking miracle to me. It felt like it saved my life in a way. Like, it felt like it saved me. Or it felt like it just gave me a purpose. It felt like that I was being given this experience, and it was like all these insane visuals that I was getting, this insanely like beautiful trip that I was getting, was it was like I had to have this really amazing trip so I could tell other people about it. That's what it felt like. Like, this is why I'm running right now, and I'm running because of psychedelics. Like, that's what it was. Is it was my purpose became the psychedelics or something. Like, I have to get the word out about psychedelics, and this is how I'm going to do it, is running the ultra marathons. And I'm like, wow, psychedelics, they can really help people. I feel like they really can, and there's people that could really benefit from them. Even some of the most elite motherfuckers in the world could benefit from psychedelics. I feel like, with the right mindset. Like, at some point, I'm like, wow, I think David Goggins needs to do psychedelics. Like, I hope that in my lifetime I'm able to at least see David Goggins attempt to do psychedelics, uh, whether it whether it's that I give it to him, or but I kind of think that Goggins is just Goggins, and this it's like his David Goggins is an ultra marathon runner. He's done all kinds of shit, but he he's never drank coffee. I don't think. He's not. I don't think he's done really any drugs other than like things that he's been prescribed for. Like, I don't know, whatever. But he's a very clean kind of person. Sober. He's an extremely sober person, but he's able to kind of tap into these mystical kind of experiences with a sober mindset, and that's what I really love about Goggins. But I feel like if he could do psychedelics, it would just it would change his fucking life. I feel like, and that it would kind of help him find more happiness. And but so I was I think because there's research with PTSD and psychedelics, with addiction and psychedelics, all kinds of shit where people have found benefit from psychedelics, and I think it can really be, kind of help people find purpose. Psychedelics can, I think, and kind of like a why to live life and all that. But so um yeah, I'm just getting such crazy visuals. I don't know if I can explain all the visuals that I experienced during that trip, but at one point it felt like I was running. Okay, first of all, I feel like it helped me to find a good pace to run at. Like I felt like you know it's almost like I kind of found like a what's it called, autopilot mode or something, or like um that thing where people not autopilot, but where that thing where it kind of, it's like a speed control, like it kind of sets the speed at which you're going, or cruise control. I felt like I found a cruise control with running, and I've like felt very comfortable and like pain free, and like I felt like figured out how to run better at and kind of how to just endure kind of more than what I thought I could, because I thought I was just totally done for before that. So I felt like I'd kind of revamped me in my running. Um, but okay, so one of the visuals that I had at one point was, okay, first of all, I was looking at the road, or at the concrete that I was running on, the sidewalks and the roads or whatever, and I was just getting like it's hard to recall exactly, but I was definitely seeing like very distinctive patterns, almost like cave drawings or something, but or like kind of like almost like symbols, like a bunch of symbols, and I want to say like a Mayan or Egyptian, just kind of like almost like an ancient kind of um, almost like a sacred kind of um, I don't know. It's like something. There's like some abstract language there, or something like that, or symbols or something. Um, or there's design, is what I want to say. There's like this design that was shifting, and like the designs were shifting, and the styles of the design and everything is it was a lot to take in. I didn't really know what it meant other than that it was an experience that was being given to me in a way. That's how I felt. It didn't feel like it was me. It felt like it was being given to me. So it felt like an external kind of intelligent kind of thing, um, like an exogenous intelligence. So that's really what it felt like to me. And so I was seeing these designs, and the vibrancy of the colors were coming up. The sun was coming up a little bit, and the the roads were still shiny because when I first started walking, it was actually sprinkling a little bit, or raining just a little bit. Um, when I first started at midnight, but this was like 5 or 6 hours into it. So at one point I'm running, and it feels like I'm running in place. I am not fucking kidding. Like I was just so locked into this experience that it felt like I was running in place. Like I don't fucking know how to explain it. And it was just the environment was kind of moving around me, like it was kind of warping. The road was straight ahead. Like I was just running down this long straight road, and there's this road next to me with cars, and I'm just seeing, it's almost like the it felt like the road was warping underneath me to the point where it was like, it felt like I was on a little um, platform, and the platform was moving me. It felt like the platform was moving me while I was moving in place, and it would be like it would kind of like snap to like the next kind of almost like a, you know how in a game when you're running and you go on this moving platform and it brings you to another like little area. It's like it would bring me to that next little area that I would run on, and then there'd be like another moving platform, and it was crazy. Okay, it was just like um um just I was just completely immersed in this experience that I was being given. The vibrancy and the colors and everything was coming up. Um, I'm gonna try to cut this video in 5 minutes. This is gonna be a short one. I might just try to stitch this to another video and make this kind of one video, but I might not. I don't know. If I'm able to record later tonight. So, anyways, I was another. So as the sun was kind of coming up, it's starting to become like I think it's called dawn, sort of, where the sky is looking blue and such. It's starting to look blue, like the light is actually coming, even though the sun isn't. So I was kind of running around my apartment complex or whatever, and I was getting. This was probably when I was like peaking or something. I was seeing DMT like visuals. I've never broken through on DMT, I don't think, but I was seeing DMT like cell breakthrough visuals on this dose of LSD. Basically, what I'm trying to say is like I was seeing full 3D fucking. It's like a hologram, a whole holographic world overlaid on top of this world. And that world, I couldn't really distinguish anything really from it, other than that it was very constructed and very moving. It was moving a lot, and it just kind of gave me the feeling of like an amusement park or something like that, or like a circus grounds or something like that. It felt like there was kind of, I was looking at these these kind of lights and almost like these games or something that were going on. I was just kind of seeing these things move, and I couldn't really distinguish much of it. I was kind of seeing just this another world I was kind of glimpsing into. Something that I've kind of seen a little bit of in the past, but this was open eye visuals, and is on top of this world. It was kind of a thing where it's like my eyes could lock onto it a little bit, and it's kind of almost like feeling like cross-eyed or something, where it's just kind of like I focus in on this like thing that's not the external world. It's like this kind of higher, I want to say higher dimensional kind of world, was or a higher frequency plane of plane. I don't really know how to put it into words, but it was definitely kind of like this another layer on top that was it had a lot going on, and you know, I was looking at the trees and stuff, and there's some fractaling going on. The lights, the fall colors were just like was so nice looking. I just felt like really happy. Um, um, I felt really happy. I felt like I was kind of feeling my toes a little bit. I felt I was feeling very pain-free in a way. I was kind of realizing that once a person kind of clicks into like um, kind of like their purpose or the thing that they want or something like that. There's like this exchange. Like it's almost like I'm going to give my blood and I'm going to get this thing in return. And it felt like me giving my blood was this running, but it was weird because it was like giving my blood in a way. Um, it was worth it in that moment, or like giving my sacrifice or whatever of myself and my body in a way. It felt so worth it to the point where it's like it was like pain free. It's kind of like a thing where it's like I was suffering for it, but it was like my suffering for it was worth the suffering to where it kind of like overcame the suffering, and I started feeling I was like kind of in this um felt like really good, um even though I'm like questioning if my toe is bleeding and shit like that. I don't know. I just felt like I was overcoming suffering in that moment. Um, but I'm gonna cut the video now, and I'm gonna have to finish the rest of the story in the next part of this video. Whether that's gonna be another episode or I just edit this together, we'll see. But thanks for watching, guys. Peace.